10 seconds, 3 minutes of swings. We'll start with some RDLs. So we got the band here. Again, I probably need to move you. Underestimated the stretch of the band. Hinge. Holding this close to my body. Our kettlebell swing should look like a deadlift. Now there's lots of different ways to swing a kettlebell. A lot of people do say this feels the best on their low back. Getting this mechanic down first. It's important finding that hamstring tension. Notice I'm not going all the way to the ground. I can if I bend the knees, but we're not doing a squatty swing. I'm listening to the tension on the hamstrings and the glutes. Let's hit some real swings. Still got 1:30 left. Take that same concept into action. So start it from the top. I'm going to deadlift it. That's a knee bend. Hold it up. From this position, doing that little bit of a hinge, pushing. You can take as long as you want to get that momentum going. Too heavy, you can keep that kettlebell close to you like this. Sometimes that takes that force off your low back. Just 30 seconds. Not even. Good. Hit some lateral hinges next. Kettlebell swing is a good warm-up. It's not a heavy weight. Even when it is a heavy weight, it's not a heavy weight. Nice and wide. Before we turn our feet in, get tall. We'll dorsiflex the left foot, rotate it in. Dorsiflex the right, turn it in. Get that tripod of the foot working. Grip the ground. Hold on to it. Let's spread the floor. Feel your glute medius working when you're spreading. It's our outward anchor. We're driving out. Get up big and tall. As we hinge, we need a little bit of an inward anchor to help the hips spiral. Those inner thighs work to help turn the hip in. So you keep your fingers right here. As I hinge back, you should even feel that movement, that femur head deep in there. That's when I start squeezing the ground. Spread, come back up. Similar to our swing. We're anchoring, squeezing in, inward anchor. As I hinge, kettlebell comes in, I wrap. Then I spread the floor, glutes engaged, drive the kettlebell up. Good. Let's go back down here. Inward anchor, reach out, shoulders packed down. Bend the right knee, I'm outward anchoring with the right, wrapping, squeezing, inward anchor with the left. Reach up high, go a little deeper. Consistently pulling that right hip back as I start to drive outwards with my knee. Back to the middle, hinge a little deeper, bend the left. Reaching that hip back. It shouldn't feel painful in the knee. If you are, you might be too forward. Grip the ground, pull your weight back. With that sensation of, oh, I might even fall back. Let's drive out. Back to the middle. Big hinge. Spread the floor, stand up. Let's bring big toes together. Actually, before you do that, grab a light kettlebell. We'll try this with 229, see how it goes. Narrow decompression, big toes together, inward anchor, wrap and squeeze. Even go to our sphere of tension here with the kettlebells. Wrapping and squeezing, pulling my head back. Tighten the front of the body, that head to retract, drive up. So wrap and squeeze, and I tighten that stomach. Just gonna press one, back down, inhale, press the other here. I'm driving the head through a little bit, but not just the head jutting, it's the whole spine coming forward. It's nice to reset, get that head back, stiffen the spine so when it does go forward, everything pulls forward. Allow that shoulder to open. Try both. One more. So we'll keep building on those two concepts. That's the whole workout. 3 minutes of swings. So let's get the timer going again. Get some water. So we weren't exact, but just 6 total Cossack squats or lateral hinges. Take them slow. 8 to 10 presses. I think we're gonna do 8. 3 minutes of swings. Get some chalk. Hey Billy, give me your chalk. That timer going. A little heavier weight here. We'll start right from the ground this time. Think about your anchoring. Don't overthink it. One to 10, I'm setting up. At a minute, we're going to do hand-to-hand swings. So prepare for that. All right, switch. Last minute. Active double hand. Let's hit some American. Three minutes, no joke. If it was a joke, it's not heavy enough, right? American swings, arms will get tired. It also gives you a bit of a break at the top. But the rest, you feel like a stretching in your bicep. Not really an exhaustion in the arms. The core, really, you felt the most. All right, so we want the glute to engage here. We're gonna start with it like a deadlift. I could see in class, people are engaging the glutes to get the knee open. So I'll show it from this angle. Look at my butt. Hope that helps. Now, I'm turning the feet out slightly. Nice and tall, decompress. We want to be stacked here. I want that sensation of, I'm going to fall backwards. I want the head way back if the hips are coming forward. We need to bring that pubic bone underneath us. Draw that back, draw the head back. Power anchor, squeeze. Spread the floor. Bend the knees a little bit, grab this guy. Do that. Deadlift it up to the top. I'll start going left. Bend that left knee. Feel like I need to get a little wider here. Spread, bend, open, squeeze that glute. Now the kettlebell's there, so it's gonna help push that out of the way. Coming back. Spread, drive to the side. Push that knee out of the way. that glute. Just 6. Back to our presses. Do a lot of those. Just can make the groin muscles angry, especially if you're new to it. I also know I have a long week of teaching this and demonstrating it. I'm not overdoing it. That's also why I added this. So out, give that chance to really inward anchor. Not like they're short and compressed. They're still lengthening, but they like to be close. So, narrow, standing decompression. I'm wrapping, squeezing those inner thighs. 1 kettlebell, 2 kettlebells, whatever you want to do. Wrap and squeeze. Engage the front of the neck, engage the abs, engage those inner thighs. Take a breath, get tall. You can't breathe from your shoulders here, right? Not at 60 pounds. Breathe into that cylinder, that low back. Driving through. Weight comes back on the heels. Tightening helps us as we go, because otherwise we go forward, people just jut the chin, they disengage the abs, so we're consciously resetting. That's why I like this position, really similar to our sphere. I've been pushing those kettlebells out just a little bit. I'm kind of counterbalancing with my whole body, my whole decompression stance. Counterbalance is away from that weight. We reverse it a little bit when we press. Yes, going forward, shouldn't be jutting the chin. Just pulling that up and forward, driving, a little hip hinge, if you will. Still squeezing the glutes though. So very different than a hip hinge. All right, let's have some fun with these swings. Do one more round and we're done. What time is it? It's almost 8. Chalk up. Wake up. You're the computer's tired. There you go. Maybe. Good. No No rush, got 3 minutes. Single hand switch. Sit some snatches. That power from your swing. Back to doubles. Single hand, it's the right, swing, catch, lunge, swing, catch, lunge, swing, catch, lunge, swing, catch, lunge. Go to the other side, swing, catch, lunge. Almost done, boys. It's the easy part. The front view again. Rack, single rack. Usually I'll switch sides. I always forget which feels better, but you explore. If we're going to the left, it's better than the right. Usually sometimes I change my mind. If I do two, I don't have to worry about that. And it kind of prevents too much twisting. Sometimes I start going and I start doing this twist, and then I'll come over there and I'll be like, come on, that knee out. Don't let the pelvis go wider than your foot or your knee. Keep it on the inside. It's not a rotation move. Chest stays forward, just like in our lateral hinge. So if you get here and you want to go farther, don't. Just don't do it. Need to lock into that sphere tension for this one. It's a new concept for me, but I kind of like it. Play around with kettlebells enough, come up with weird stuff, I like it. Hinging. Always play around with that, get a nice wide stance, feels comfortable. Now we're forcing the chest to be more upright. Deadlift gives you a little more grace. So you're more hingey. It's a little more squatty. You might think, wow, Dr. Klein, that's good depth. You should see some people do this. But again, it's all about where you're moving from. I like loading a lot of weight because it keeps me honest. Less twisting happening at the spine. Honestly, that's kind of light for me. Should be going heavier. All right, that's feeling really good. Let's end it with some presses. And the swings are just some examples of how you can make that fun. There's 3 minutes of, maybe it gets you out of back pain, but it can get a little boring. When you first start, you're like, I'm just trying to figure out the swings. It's fine. Maybe you're just making it 30 seconds with a double-handed swing. And I'm done. 3 minutes, are you serious? That's fine. That's fine. Just listen to what's burning out. We get everything working together. Those arms shouldn't be doing all the work. I see a lot of that. They'll come up there, they're just, it's like the kettlebell's frozen in time. It should be a constantly moving, never really stops. We got class tonight, 5. Mike will be teaching. He's doing a great job. If you're watching Michael, keep up the good work. Eventually we'll get you paid. Wrap and squeeze. Paid in knowledge, right? I've been there. Paid in knowledge only works so long. I need some money. Anyone who's done coaching understands that struggle. I pretty much worked for CrossFit Gym for free for 2 years. Looking back, I'm like, oh, it's totally worth it. At the time, you're like, especially if you got a wife, she's like, bring home some bacon. What are you doing? I'm bringing home the knowledge. And you're fixing yourself, which is invaluable. You feel that rib flare there. It's bad. The ribs will flare to help us get better shoulder mobility. But really good for me that I'm locking that in, taking that belly, not flaring the ribs, drawing that and tightening. Same thing that is happening in the neck is happening here. Squeezing that belly and tightening. Everything's pulling inwards. Like someone just give me a big hug. They're like holding those abs in. Taking your breath and squeezing that tight. Doing my best not to completely dump out right there. See the difference? Nice and stacked. Look overhead. That wants to disengage. Try to keep it tight. That'll probably look better on Michael. We can actually see his abs. Like, it looks fat, then it looks just more fat. All right, guys, good work. I felt really good. Felt really good. Some of my workouts, I get done with it, I'm like, oh. That was designed to torture. This was designed to rebuild. I'm always talking about it, I just need to print it out, but there's a kettlebell study. The guy meant to coach everyone, and pandemic hit, but they continued, greeting Mike, they continued doing swings even though they only had like 1 day of training for the whole month. The study went on. At the end, the form was terrible. It was terrible kettlebell swings. But chronic pain, diminished back pain, diminished in 80% of the people doing it. So just swing the bell, man. That's the moral of that story. What is the squatty swing? Or you're doing Dr. Klein's deadlift? Foundation training is what it is, the foundation training swing. That's why I do that. That's why I harp on that. You want to do whatever you want to do at home? I don't care. As long as you're swinging the kettlebell. All right, off the soapbox.